Hello, I'm Patrick Pinson, and I'm going to make a drum today, or tonight, I should say. We've been asked many times to show people how we actually make the drum, so I thought I would start from the very beginning, which would be the raw deer rawhide we have here. We're asked many times where do we get these hides, and the only way that you can procure wild game is from hunters. It's illegal to pick up roadkill, so there are ranches. There are people that farm certain wild animals, but most of these hides come from hunters here in Washington and Oregon and Idaho and Montana. And I don't know how these animals were killed, so I offer my prayer when we get a shipment of rawhide in to this animal, to the spirit of this particular deer, and we always smudge the shipment of rawhide when we get it in, and before we make a drum. And that prayer sometimes is more sincere than others. But I have learned over the years of making drums that I don't come near a drum if my energy is too negative. Like if I'm feeling real funky, I don't want to put my energy in something that many consider sacred. The drum it connects us with our own sacredness. The drum, this deer energy that I'm working with, the deer is often associated with the heart, with the heart space, and it teaches us to drop that energy from our head down to where our wisdom is. Our love and wisdom is known to be in the heart. So are our emotions in the heart. So deer helps connect us with this whole area here, the circulatory system. And when I get a hide in, I've learned over the years that I want to respect this animal by first of all honoring it, making a prayer for this animal, which I've done before this video started. And then we offer the smudge again to both the deer and to these drum hoops that we'll be using. I'll be using cedar. There's something very special about cedar. It's been used traditionally in the Northwest here to make drums because that's the predominant wood, or used to be in Oregon, is the cedar. So what I do is I place the hoops on the hide, and I've done this so many times that I say, how can I honor this animal? This is a big deer hide. Most of them I can barely get 2 drums out of. This one is a 3 drum. So I'm honored to have this magnificent animal. And it used to be when I first started drum making, I would have these little plastic or these little cardboard cutouts that we still have people using. And that I wanted to have this exact measurement, right? You know, how far out do I cut it? Because this drum hoop is 2.5 inches deep. So if I'm drawing a circle around the rawhide to cut the drum head out, I have to either measure it with my left brain, or what I've learned over the years is it's no big deal. So I just eyeball it, and I can eyeball it just as accurately as and I love that one of the first lessons that I learned from the native man that taught me was that perfectionism is the biggest curse we have. especially in the white culture. It's what keeps us stuck, is our perfectionism. And so we have people that are saying, well, what's the best drum? As if there's a competition, like in the animal world. Say, well, one day I'll drum with a deer and another day I'll drum with a horse. And they all carry a different energy, and my energy's changing every day. So when I measure this hoop, I'm just taking the point of the scissors, and if it has a few little holes in it, that's even better, because you don't find many native drums that are perfect. They're made out of a piece of bent wood that's never in a perfect circle. And they say all trees are perfect, but you'll never find the perfect tree. So this teaches us that idea of tolerance, of cutting ourselves some slack rather than to be so impatient and having to do things perfect. So that's my first circle. And then I've got this is an 18-inch hoop, and this is a 15-inch one over here. So I'll go over here and do the same thing with this one. Kind of eyeball it, go around. Now I'm not going to make all 3 drums tonight. I'll just make the big one here, because the big ones are actually easier to show you. Now this, I'll take this one off, and I hope I got the good scissors. One of the first things my teacher told me was to breathe. We thank the Creator for the breath of life, and then we sit there and hold our breath, like the fear thoughts will stop the flow. So that's why many of the things that are made by native people are sung with a song. So it keeps the voice going. The songs keep us out of our head, because we're in our prayer or in our song. So I've learned to honor this animal by the breath, by the idea that I can talk to you and do this is one of the things that this drum has given me, is the idea that I don't have to do one thing and then the other, that I can do many things. There's an infinite possibility for, and that true mastery is being able to do as you teach. So as you can see, I'm not so concerned with the perfect circle or how it's perfectly cut. So I'm going to maybe cut this one piece here off, so I'll have a little bit for my lacing for this drum. So we'll cut half of the 15-inch and then put this aside.